Are you a fan of shopping in-store and supporting your local retailers? Well, you may want to prepare yourself for some devastating news. In 2023, the retail industry is facing an unprecedented crisis, with major retailers, grocery stores, and even popular brands announcing mass store closings due to a series of economic threats. It's a retail apocalypse that's taking the country by storm, and no one is safe. The retail industry is facing an unprecedented crisis in 2023, with major retailers, grocery stores, apparel chains, and even well-known brands such as Burger King, GameStop, Green Zebra, Sephora, and many others announcing mass store closings due to a series of economic threats emerging everywhere at once. Analysts predict that up to 20% of the national brick-and-mortar footprint may be reduced by the end of the year, the largest annual decline since the onset of the U.S. retail apocalypse in 2017. As a result, beloved retailers are closing their doors and disappearing from communities across the country. It's a heartbreaking reality, but one that consumers must stay aware of. Fast food chain Burger King is set to close up to 400 of its locations by the end of 2023 due to economic challenges, according to a recent report by Today.com. The CEO of Restaurant Brands International Inc., which owns Burger King, has stated that the company is preparing to shut down between 300 and 400 locations. This news comes after several large Burger King franchisees have filed for bankruptcy, indicating the difficulties that the chain is facing amidst the current economy. The company's CEO, Joshua Kobza, expressed concern over the increasing number of closures in 2023. This is a clear sign that even some of the largest chains in America are feeling the brunt of the current economic climate. The closure of so many locations is a significant blow to the fast food chain and its loyal customers, who will be disappointed to see their favorite restaurants shutting down. It remains to be seen what impact this will have on the fast food industry as a whole, and whether other chains will follow suit in closing their doors. Just like its sister apparel store chain Gap, Banana Republic is drastically reducing its brick-and-mortar footprint. The entire sector is experiencing a dramatic drop in sales in 2023 as consumers continue to cut down on discretionary purchases. Banana Republic has been facing mounting challenges since 2018. The latest economic headwinds are further complicating its financial situation. Its parent company is now trying to save the business by reducing costs, with expensive leases at shopping malls and moving its operations to online platforms. According to Yahoo, 130 locations are going to be shuttered this year, just after 55 closings occurred in 2022. Stop & Shop, a popular Northeast regional grocery chain, has recently announced the closure of several stores that have not met their financial expectations. According to a report from Best Life, 5 locations in New Jersey and Brooklyn, New York, have been closed since January, leaving local officials concerned about the impact on their communities. With no other grocery chains expressing interest in the vacant sites, officials are scrambling to find new tenants to fill the void. The closure of these stores not only affects the customers who rely on them for their daily necessities, but also the employees who are losing their jobs. The loss of these stores can lead to food deserts in the areas they serve, making it difficult for residents to access fresh and affordable food. It also has an impact on the local economy, as these stores are often a source of jobs and revenue for the community. According to Gamarant.com, a massive wave of layoffs and store shutdowns is hitting U.S. GameStop in 2023. The world's largest gaming retailer has been shuttering hundreds of stores over the last 2 years. Even its success during the meme stock boom hasn't changed the outlook for the company. Over 1,000 GameStop stores have already disappeared from the U.S. retail landscape. The gaming website reported last month that the company was suspending several in-store and online services as it started to retreat from the retail business. As it turns out, Kroger is not done closing stores in the United States. The grocery chain is getting rid of hundreds of locations that have been reporting poor performance and poor profitability in recent years. Lori Ray, the president of Kroger's Mid-Atlantic division, said in a statement that the company could not continue to operate stores that have been losing money for a sustained period of time. But according to retail analysts, a much bigger wave of shutdowns may be ahead. Kroger's merger with Albertsons means that about 500 branches will be chopped so that the companies meet legal requirements. Unfortunately, this also means that thousands of jobs are going to be lost during that process. Goodwill Industries, the nonprofit thrift store giant, has recently announced the closure of 18 stores in the second quarter due to economic reasons. The decision was made as the company faced falling gains and rising operational costs, which have put pressure on its profitability. While all of the affected locations are already conducting going-out-of-business sales and offering steep discounts of up to 50%, customers have expressed their disappointment with the sudden shutdowns, stating that the stores have been a part of their communities for years. A customer-led online campaign has been launched to try to save the stores. However, Goodwill CEO Mike Keenan states that the difficult decision to close stores was necessary due to the challenges the company is facing. As a nonprofit organization, Goodwill Industries has been impacted by the pandemic and the changing retail landscape, which has led to a backlash from customers. Fossil, a fashion accessory retailer, has had a difficult year due to the pandemic, with over $100 million in losses reported. The company plans to reduce its store count by 20, with 75 stores in the U.S. set to close permanently in an attempt to improve profitability. Fossil's restructuring plan will focus on cutting expenses and restructuring the business by taking advantage of upcoming lease expirations. Several of its underperforming stores have been struggling for years, and the retailer aims to address its falling sales, rising debt, and weak growth outlook for 2023 and beyond. Seeking Alpha analysts suggest that the retailer is still grappling with the impact of the pandemic and that its future outlook remains uncertain. Guess, a fashion retailer, is closing 100 stores, about 9% of its network, in response to changing consumer trends and declining sales. Guess CEO Carlos Alberini notes that many of the company's leases are due to expire soon, presenting an ideal opportunity for the company to optimize its store portfolio and increase profitability. The recent decline in Guess's share price has highlighted the need for the company to restructure its business and balance its finances. Guess joins a growing list of retailers that are rethinking their store fleets as consumer trends shift significantly. Portland-based grocery chain Green Zebra, known for its wide variety of healthy foods, is closing all of its stores after 10 years in business. The company has been struggling to cope with increased competition, supply chain issues, and rising inflation. Founder and CEO Lisa Sadler said in a press release that the retailer had been holding on by a thread since the pandemic started, citing increases in costs of goods, packaging, fuel, insurance, taxes, and freight charges, among other things. Many consumers on the company's Facebook page expressed their sadness at the news, and the remaining 3 stores will be closed by the end of the month. While it is true that the current state of the retail industry is challenging, it is important to remember that there is always hope for innovation and growth. As consumers, we have the power to support local businesses and help them thrive, whether it be through shopping at independent stores or spreading the word about our favorite small businesses. Additionally, retailers themselves can take this opportunity to pivot their strategies, embrace e-commerce, and find new ways to connect with customers. While it may be a difficult road ahead, we can come out of this crisis stronger and more resilient than ever. Let's continue to support each other and the communities we live in.